Hello everyone and welcome back to Golden Treasure, the Great Green. We filled up our belly, off screen, and I think today is a good day to say hi to all the dragons. We'll say hello to Darktooth. We'll go say hello to Darktooth first. The trek back to the edge of Darktooth's territory takes most of the sun, but once you announce yourself, you are not kept waiting long. Scarcely have the echoes of your song faded when the dark-winged elder appears in the sky, gliding down to settle before you. A young kin has survived its first great sleep. No longer a hatchling, though still earthbound, formed and yet malleable, like clay. The spirit-wood heart of the Great Green shall try, temper, teach, test. But there are other lessons which may not be easily learnt from nature. Perhaps a young kin is prepared to begin the great lesson, or does one come for another purpose? Great One, what is the great lesson? Beyond all single questions which can be asked, there rest certain truths which reign over reality. As the kin reign over all good beasts, the great lesson imparts such truths. It consists of various trials, meals for the mind. One who is found worthy shall have powerful verities revealed, which illuminate the path to wisdom. Yet wisdom is power, and all power comes at a price. When a young kin feels as though it is worthy, and can bring tribute, it may begin, but safety is not guaranteed. Truth, like all treasure, can only be earned, and never given. Oh, 20 shiny things for the great lesson. No, I will request permission to leave the Elder's presence. Darktooth responds by taking to the air. The grasses of the field bow down low in respect as it beats its mighty wings. Soon it is gone from sight, and you return to your lair. Nice to see Darktooth. Let's investigate this one. This one's lair. The Empire of Reeds. In the mind song of the good beast of the Great Green, that is the name given to this place. Draak-kin dominate the land of the sun's journey, warmwards from here. Hard stone becomes rare, replaced by a soft reality of water, sweet muck, and life in tremendous variety and volume. Stately spearbills wade between tiny islands. Water-bound creatures swarm in the shallows. Hard-shelled claw snaps ply the mud and larger creatures of many kinds visit to graze, drink, bathe, and hunt. Of course, this lush territory would not be without Draak to claim it. You stand now at the boundary, scent marked by the kin whose home this is. What will you do? Announce your presence as tradition demands. You sing a song of annunciation. The mighty rush of air from your voice startles nearby feather beasts, sending them skyward. Soon afterward, a kin appears, one of the Sapphire clan, who have power wherever water rules. It's capable of flight, judging by the size of its wings, but still young for an adult, perhaps only 100 turnings old. Its mind song is fluid and graceful, starting with small shapes and then expanding images and emotions outward in all directions. I am the slow, hidden current which builds to a crushing wave. I am the patient breeze which rises to a tempest. I am the Reed Lord. How do you just tempest the Reed Lord? Introduce yourself and say that you have come to acknowledge Tempest's territory, asking in return that it acknowledges yours. Tempest listens to your introduction patiently, and after briefly considering answers. So shall it be. I have little interest in the cold wood, dry skin, and furthermore, that land is overblessed. The spirit of the Great Green lives close by. To claim it as territory, as you have done, is perilous and presumptuous. Here where water and life are plentiful is the home of my choosing. Remain far from my empire, and I shall mirror your inaction. I'll ask about the Sapphire Clan. While your Emerald Clan became enamored of the Great Green, my clan made a pact with the Great Blue. We gave ourselves over to water, its rhythm and its music. Our bodies flow freely through it, and we can hold air within ourselves longer than any other clan, allowing us to dance in the dark depths which sun has never seen. Fire holds little sway in the water realm. We bartered away our flaming breath for a new kind of fire, the sparking lances which spread shock, stun, and kill. Still, we have far more in common than otherwise. We are kin, as you are, true children of above and below, greatest of the beasts save for sun and earth themselves. We seek treasure and prey, and dominion. We are true kin. Ask if Tempest knows Darktooth. Darktooth is an elder of my clan, who lives a rise wood from here, in a mostly barren land, infested with the tailless. Once it was overlord of many tides, but it abandoned the cool waters for a dry wasteland. It is one of the 7 great elders, the paragons. I cannot claim to understand its purposes. Its wisdom is far famed, and its songs carry the weight of mountains, though some of its recent actions seem strange. Leave the Empire of Reeds and return to your own territory. As you return to your land, you cannot help but wonder whether you will one day reign over such a that's a word, and delicious territory. And this thought inspires you to grow stronger, so that you will be capable of seizing it from another and also worthy of keeping it. I gain a little mastery in everything. Neat. Let's go talk to the other dragon, shall we? We spoke to the Master of Reeds. Speak to the one in the mountains. You have heard of this place in the songs of the local good beasts here. Where the land rises is a territory called the Skyward Reach. You are standing at the boundary mark left by its kin ruler, a sign invisible to the eye but all too clear to the nose and tongue. Tradition demands that you either turn aside and leave or announce your presence. What will you do? Announce my presence and seek a meeting with the kin whose domain this is. Your song of annunciation echoes about the low hills, but Even after many, many breaths, no response arrives. Tradition dictates that if an announcement goes without response, the announcer is given leave to enter the territory without dishonor. Do so? Sure. I did announce my presence. Cautiously you enter the breach. In short order, you come across the scent trail of a wounded shorefoot, with the possibilities of further exploration an easy meal. Thus unified, you follow the trail until... Incredibly, the ground itself has betrayed you. You had barely crossed the boundary when the soil and grass gave way, dumping you into an earthen pit. The sides are too smooth to climb, and digging out seems your only option. Even if you had working wings, then there would not be enough room here to spread them and take flight. You have barely begun to dig when your face of a rubykin appears at the top of the pit. I am the claimer of hidden riches, the finder of new pathways. I am the one who learns from the spinning weaver, the one who waits for the game, who turns the land to my service. I am the maker of hostile lairs for unwilling guests. Its song is soft and smug, rife with the knowledge that it is looking down on you from a higher place in your mind. A name arises, Vantage, a good name for this one, who seeks to find position of superiority from which to deal with others. Your prospects would be grim if Vantage sought your destruction. It settles down at the edge of the pit in a relaxed position, though, and yawns wildly. This serves as both a display of benign disinterest in fighting and a warning. Those teeth look rather sharp. And the breath of the Rubykin, a clan which Vantage obviously belongs, is known to be the fiercest and most deadly of all the Draak. What will you do? Introduce myself. You begin to inform Vantage of your identity and place of origin, but are interrupted. I know of you, the youngling from the Spirit Wood. Your claim went unchallenged because few would dare to lay their treasure down so near to the Great Green. It claims life and death alike. It cannot be controlled. Curiously sacred and sacredly perilous. Ignorant, despite, or foolish, I can hardly decide which to name you. Ask why it has trapped you. I wish to learn of your way. You are one who follows tradition. Your seeking formal parley made that clear. I left your greeting song without reply. Are you one who treats emptiness as something to be explored, or something to be shunned? The former it seems now. I am still learning of you. With every action, every breath, you give yourself more away. Ask for a mutual acceptance of each other's territory. To claim the land near the very spirit of the Great Green is either foolishly dangerous or dangerously foolish. I have no intention of evading such a space. Vantage falls silent, but your crest seems to have been obliquely approved. Vantage will not trouble your lands for the near future. I'll ask to be allowed to leave. Vantage yawns again. Very well, it seems there is nothing amusing to be gained here. Do not return unless you with a more interesting intention. Turns away, and shortly after, part of the pit collapses, creating an egress. An accident, or did Vantage somehow cause it? Soon, you are safely back in your own territory. It seems as though the skyward reach is off limits for now. Perhaps one day, when you are stronger, you could challenge Vantage for it. It will undoubtedly be an interesting gambit. We have one more dragon. Yeah, one more dragon to visit. Yes. We'll investigate this area. Following the shallow river which runs through the Spirit Wood to the Great Blue, you come upon a clearly and frequently marked scent boundary. One of the kin claims this green and pleasant land as its territory, known as the Riverwood, for its harmonious combination of plants and fresh, clean water. Plants of every kind are abundant here, and beasts as well. Hunting here would probably be very easy. But to hunt in another kin's territory without first announcing oneself would be a breach of custom. What will you do? Sing the song. Tradition. Your song has barely echoed through the trees when a young adult kin appears. It is one of your own Emerald clan, and a rather stunning specimen. I am the arranger of proper order. My correctness shines unabated. It pauses briefly to smooth out its chest feathers, making certain none are out of place, and preens its crest before continuing. I am the putter of things. In place, the one who remembers forgotten distances. I am the lord and keeper of the Riverwood, preserver of the perfect demesne. This kin seems rather proud of its custodianship of the region. In your mind, you name it Warden. It picks through the feathers on its right wing, examining them as it waits for you to state your business. Acknowledge Warden's territory and ask it to acknowledge yours. Before I respond, answer what defines beauty. I say that you do not know. Warden stretches its neck upwards, looking down on you imperiously. Then it will please me to teach you beauty is order, nothing more and nothing less. All things have an ideal form. An ideal world exists which they indicate through their symmetry. Have you not seen the stars in the night sky? Some are bright and some are dim, but they all have their place. Their dance is so perfect that it has become permanent, an unchanging stasis. We too could be like they are, immutable, immortal. I have endeavored to make my demesne a monument to order, with not even a leaf nor stone out of place. It has not been easy, and chaos constantly menaces, but one day I will have the perfect territory. Now sing of my way. Is it not good? Is it not just? I have sacrificed many suns, even moons and turnings, to my pursuit of perfection. Can you deny its result? Is my territory not the most beautiful? Perfection may not coincide with that of other beings, and by forcing its land and creatures to be and act as it wishes, Warden violates the Great Way. Warden's head bobs, bringing up the fire seed. It seems that you have greatly angered it. How dare you question my understanding? I have seen many turnings, and nature has judged me worthy of the most perfect territory in existence. The plants and beasts of the land are slow-witted, and need a greater intelligence to guide them. I do this out of moral obligation, not moral failing. You invalidate my sacred way with your worrying over the experiences of others. If you will not acknowledge my way as good, then neither shall I acknowledge yours. Your hunting grounds are not safe for me, be warned. Though you have displeased Warden by speaking your truth against its bizarre way, other kin may be impressed at your courage and rectitude. Your actions are Your actions are earning you a reputation for compassion and self-sacrifice. Ask Warden about the no-tails. You have heard that some dwell near Warden's lands. Those filthy degenerate other spawn, it half slashing its tail back and forth. They creep about the periphery of my lands and disturb my order. I have made certain that none who enter my territory leave alive. They do not belong here, and as long as they remain, order is threatened. Their pollution, their chaos, inexcutable from their natures. In the end, however, they are nothing but other spawn, and easily destroyed. Such pitiful, weak, twisted things are not worth another moment of consideration. We defile our songs merely by thinking about those disgusting droppings of the defilers of long ago. Compliment Warden on its appearance. Warden preens itself as it listens to your praise. This body is indeed superior, but still maddeningly imperfect. This talon is slightly shorter than its match or my other forepaw. The color of this feather on my breast is off by a fraction of a shade from what it should be, and those are not all. Shall I move toward perfection? My flaws are fewer than they were, and eventually I shall attain it. Excuse myself and return to my own territory. Warden turns away from you by way of dismissal. I encourage you to embrace order and perfection. The alone shall lead the way to the future of the kin. Unless you are bold or foolish enough to challenge me for my territory, I wish you well. As you leave, you note that Warden's territory is indeed very beautiful in a way, but it is so rigid, so intentional as to be almost disquieting. You wonder if the spirit of the Great Green truly wants such a thing as perfection. I think I'll open up a few more lands for a bit. Say like this land, right here. Yes, let's explore. There might be some other dragons to talk to. You have reached the edge of the Great Blue, said to coil around the world, home to many of the Sapphire clan of the kin. Hunting in the depths is therefore unwise, but many good beasts of the land find the fresh breezes and broad meadows here pleasant, and may be hunted by an ambitious young kin. I'm just going to open up the rest of this area. And see if we can spot another Draak-kin to talk to. This area has an odd topography. Curiously regular hills dot the lightly wooded vales, giving it its name, the Barrows. Hillbacks roam the misty land, and are said to be one of the finest meals a kin can partake of, but even a full-grown kin would not attack one of the Dati tribe unprepared. Liquid streams feed two larger bodies of water in this area, which borders the Heartwood. Their waters are pure and clean. Perhaps treasure or prey may be found in the Twin Lakes. Do do. Gonna finish exploring my territory. Oh, I'm done. Anyway, I'll finish this episode here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a lovely day and take care of yourselves. Bye.